Hello and welcome to Recovery on Screen, a show that explores all of our favorite movies and TV shows about addiction and recovery. I'm your host, Ted Perkins. I'm an all-around multimedia buff and smart meeting facilitator from, where else? Hollywood, California. Well, technically Santa Monica. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to take an insider's look at the first short film to actually feature Smart Recovery in its storyline. The scene was the Smart Recovery 2019 National Conference in Chicago, and hundreds of guests were on hand for the worldwide premiere of Authentics, a new short film written and directed by Daniel Stein. Let's take a peek.
Miss? Miss?
Would everybody just stop looking at me? What? What do you want? You want to help me? Then make today over with. What? You don't think I don't know? You don't think I don't hear what you're thinking about me? Think it then!
I wasn't thinking anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look. There goes Michaela. She's out of control. You can control this.
I know you can.
Wow, pretty amazing performances from lead actor Lyndon Ashby, who you may remember from Lifetime's hit TV show Army Wives, and up-and-coming actress Haley Leary from ABC's Nashville. Authentics centers around a young photographer struggling with addiction who books a job to shoot a wedding. She meets a man who's no stranger to addiction himself, who gently introduces her to the principles of Smart Recovery and inspires her to change. In the process, he changes too. You know what's really cool and what I love about the movie is how the structure of the story is broken up into 4 segments, each one inspired by one of Smart Recovery's points. And it deals with powerful themes that anyone in Recovery universe can really relate to, like guilt, atonement, forgiveness, and unconditional self-acceptance. So don't forget your box of Kleenex. Let's listen to writer-director Daniel Stein from Rising Act Films as he introduced the film at the Smart Recovery 2019 National Conference Gala Awards held on September 21st.
I've made a few movies, and I think this might have been the most special for me, so it was quite an experience. Rising Act Films is a nonprofit film production company that I started so we set out to make stories that are about important social issues and for charitable causes, and I couldn't think of a better inaugural project than one that captures, even if just a little bit, the spirit and the message of Smart Recovery, which is a message that, frankly, more people need to hear.
So congratulations to Daniel for his unique creative vision, and a special Smart Recovery thank you to the Chris and Debbie Swain Charitable Foundation for their generous support that made the film possible. So what did audiences at the premiere think of the movie? Well, let's find out.
I thought it was awesome. Caught myself crying a little bit. It was very emotional.
I thought the movie was wonderful. I particularly enjoyed how organic everything seemed. Tools that I'm familiar with and have been teaching for 10 years came out as natural part of conversation.
I think it's absolutely fantastic for the simple reason that all the representations are of AA, and the way it was portrayed in that film was a lovely, subtle way of saying these are life challenges, and they're lovely little tools that can use, and it was a brilliant way of introducing Smart Recovery.
I thought the movie was very well done, the way they wove the SMART principles into it, and it was so authentic. It was just, you could put yourself right in there, and after the movie was over, I had to digest what I had seen, and you have to process all that, and anytime you can pull out that emotional piece, it's just a very meaningful movie that I will continue to think about.
And now for the best part. Authentics will stream free of charge on Smart Recovery's YouTube channel later this month. Make sure you subscribe and click on the notifications button to find out exactly when it airs. Hey, thanks for joining us on today's program. Don't miss out on our next show, where we'll be looking at the Oscar-winning movie that first brought addiction and recovery into the public consciousness, the classic Lost Weekend, starring Ray Milland, directed by Hollywood legend Billy Wilder. That's all coming up right here on Recovery on Screen, brought to you by your friends at Smart Recovery USA.